everyone. Good evening, good night, and thank you for being a part of the program and staying up with us tonight, which, of course, is actually earlier than our usual 11 o'clock broadcast, a repeat of the 6 o'clock show, obviously. It is right now closing in on the 10:30 time mark, and due to some help with some friends of ours, of course, at Howard's Cable and Foothills Communications, we are coming to you now as the verdicts have just been returned by a federal jury in London. And that's the information that I have to present to you this evening. So we're going to air this now and I guess maybe play it over for a few more times, at least possibly up until the 11 o'clock hour, as even though I've posted it on social media and elsewhere that we were going to be coming on a little bit early. For those of you or those folks who are expecting to come on at 11 find us, they'll be able to do so at that time. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get right into it. It has been a full week of coverage. It has been an investigation that has lasted 18 months into a vote-buying conspiracy that the Attorney General and the FBI say was directed by Magoffin County Judge Executive Charles Hardin and carried out by perhaps dozens of co-conspirators, some indicted, some not, some elected officials who also benefited from buying votes with cash and or gravel. Those also named as Magistrate Gary Rooster Reisner and Renee Shepard, Magoffin County Court Clerk. It was all followed by, I should say, a 17-count indictment and 4 co-defendants, originally 5, with one being Scotty Lynn McCarty, who agreed to testify against the others for immunity, which was granted, that leaving the 4 co-defendants in the case: Larry Shepard, Rooster Reisner, Tammy Jo Reisner, and Mason Daniels. Before the verdicts were read for the number of counts each of them were facing up to a total, mind you, of 110 years in prison. The trial has lasted since Tuesday, 4 days of testimony, with the defense and the prosecution calling about 24 witnesses. The United States government claiming rigged elections by a group or groups of conspirators since at least 2002, based upon their information and investigation. And after just at 4 hours of deliberation, the jury came back with a verdict, with Magistrate Gary Rooster Reisner facing a total of 9 counts and a total of 45 years for 5 years, up to 5 years, and a $250,000 fine for each of those counts. It was also Tammy Jo Reisner that was indicted on 6 counts. That number adjusted after, actually it was 5 counts, I think it was reduced to ultimately, after one of the witnesses had passed away. The other, even though it was a no-show and did come back to testify, that was not dismissed or undismissed, if you will, for a lack of a better term. So she was facing 5 counts in lieu of that fact. Larry Shepard, who was originally facing 4 counts, conspiracy, and 3 counts of vote buying, was facing 2 after the witness who had passed away and the other witness who didn't testify, and Mason Daniels was facing 3 counts. So in all, it was that Gary Rooster Reisner was facing up to 45 years, Tammy Jo Reisner 25, Larry Shepard 10 years, and Mason Daniels 15. As it turns out, the jury found Gary Rooster Reisner, magistrate of Magoffin County, guilty on 8 counts. They found him not guilty on 1 of those 9 counts. They found him guilty on count 1, which was a conspiracy charge that all were facing, and they found him guilty on vote-buying charges of count 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, and not guilty on count 12. Larry Shepard was found guilty on count 1, which was the conspiracy charge, considered to be the most serious of the charges, and not guilty on count number 3 of vote buying. Mason Daniels was found not guilty on all 3 counts he faced, count 1, count 8, and count 9. Tammy Jo Reisner was found guilty on 3 counts, counts number 1, 6, and 7, and not guilty on 2 counts. Once again, to summarize, Gary Rooster Reisner, magistrate of Magoffin County, guilty on 8, not guilty on 1. Larry Shepard, guilty on 1. Mason Daniels, not guilty on all 3. Tammy Reisner, guilty on 3, not guilty on 2. That's going to wrap it up for now. We will have some remarks as they were being recorded from the prosecution and possibly some other information that will be coming on Monday. Also, I can tell you this is only a portion of what is going on currently in regards to investigations in McGoffin County. Keep in mind the Kentucky Auditor's Office just days ago reported out in the audit of McGoffin County that they turned over their findings to the Kentucky State Police and the Attorney General's office into a Mack truck that the county had purchased and then disappeared off the face of the earth, literally with no known whereabouts. It's also the same truck that is believed to be part of an investigation, this ongoing investigation by the FBI and the Attorney General's office that may have been used to haul illegal gravel. And the Kentucky Supreme Court has its next rendition day set for this coming Monday, in which it may report out on the ongoing case, civil suit if you will, filed by John Montgomery, who is of course a challenger of Charles Doc Hardin's. Thank you all for staying up with us once again. We hope that we have done to the best of our ability what you would expect us to do in covering the trial all week long. I certainly have a complete full weeks and possibly even more than that worth of news to start on Monday, news that we have postponed all week in regards to trying to get the information to you that we have. So we'll pick that up when I see you next time. And also I can tell you a sentencing date I do not have at this hour. This information literally coming out before that was given. I'll have that information for you and more details and a follow-up on this matter as well as some other news that you're only going to see with us, with me, here on Your News Today. That will be next Monday, beginning next Monday. For now, enjoy the rest of your weekend as it's just now getting underway. Go USA as far as the Olympics are concerned, and have a good night.